Have you ever felt completely drained, like you're running on empty, even when you haven't done much? You sit down to work, but your hand just automatically reaches for your phone. You open an app, scroll for a bit, and suddenly 2 hours have vanished. It feels like some invisible force is pulling you towards these easy, mindless distractions, leaving you feeling guilty, exhausted, and even further behind. You're not lazy and you're not broken. You're just caught in a trap, a very modern, very sneaky trap. This feeling, this state of being perpetually burned out and distracted, has a name. It's the result of a miscalibrated reward system in your brain. Imagine your brain has a set of switches, each one tied to a reward. For millions of years, these switches were calibrated for survival, finding food, building shelter, forming social bonds. These actions flipped a switch and gave you a satisfying hit of dopamine, motivating you to do them again. These were delayed, meaningful rewards that ensured our future. But today, our world is a minefield of dopamine demons. These are the supercharged instant gratification triggers all around us. The endless scroll of social media, the next episode automatically playing, the constant ping of notifications. Each one is designed by incredibly smart people to be as addictive as possible. They offer a massive immediate dopamine rush with zero effort. Your brain, seeking the path of least resistance to that feel-good chemical, gets hooked. Think of it like a set of scales. On one side, you have effortful long-term rewards, like learning a skill, finishing a project, or getting in shape. These give you a deep, lasting sense of satisfaction. On the other side, you have these instant, effortless dopamine hits. Because they're so easy and so potent, they tip the scales completely. Your brain starts to devalue the hard stuff. Why would it choose the difficult path to a delayed reward when it can get a bigger, faster hit right now for free? This creates a vicious cycle. You lean on these distractions to escape the stress of not getting things done. But the distractions themselves are what's draining your energy and motivation, making it even harder to tackle the important tasks. You become trapped in a loop. Every day feels the same. You wake up with good intentions, but you're pulled back into the same patterns of procrastination and distraction. It's like you're walking down a long corridor, day after day. You know there's an exit door, a way out, but you just keep walking past it, mesmerized by the flashing lights on the walls. Worse, you start walking blindly. Your path is littered with traps, time sinks, energy drains, and motivation killers. But because your focus is locked on that next quick hit, you don't even see them. You just fall in, again and again, wondering why you feel so stuck. You might catch a glimpse of yourself in a reflection and see a tired, frustrated person. You know something is wrong. You might even notice that the only thing that changes from day to day is how close that dopamine demon is hovering over your shoulder. Sometimes it's whispering right in your ear. Other times it's a few feet away, but it's always there, waiting. Let's pause for a moment of cold, hard truth. Your brain is not your enemy. It's an incredibly powerful machine that has been hijacked. It's following the programming it's been given by the modern world. The constant exposure to high dopamine, low-effort stimuli, has rewired it to crave instant gratification above all else. This isn't a moral failing. It's a biological response to an unnatural environment. You are not the problem. The system you're in is the problem. But here is the most important part. You have the power to reprogram it. The solution begins with a conscious choice. Imagine you're standing at a fork in the road. One path is the one you've been on, wide, easy, and paved with distractions. It leads downhill, but you know where it ends, in a valley of burnout and regret. The other path is narrower. It leads uphill. It looks difficult at first, but it climbs towards the sunlight, towards freedom and accomplishment. You have to choose this second path, not just once, but every single day. So how do you start walking it? You don't begin by trying to climb the entire mountain in one go. You start by reprogramming your brain, one small step at a time. The key is to starve the dopamine demons and feed the part of your brain that thrives on meaningful accomplishment. This is called a dopamine detox. For a period of time, you intentionally reduce your exposure to high dopamine activities. No social media, no video games, no endless streaming. It will be hard. The first few days, your brain will scream for its usual fix. You'll feel bored, irritable, and antsy. This is withdrawal. But then, something amazing happens. Your brain's reward system starts to reset. The scales begin to rebalance. Suddenly, normal low dopamine activities start to feel rewarding again. Reading a book, going for a walk, having a real conversation, or even just cleaning your room will start to provide a gentle, pleasant sense of satisfaction. You're recalibrating your senses. Now you introduce small, visible tasks. The goal is to create a new feedback loop. Instead of effort distraction guilt, you build a loop of effort completion satisfaction. Choose a task that is so small you can't possibly say no to it. Read one page of a book. Do one push-up. Write one sentence for your project. That's it. When you complete it, consciously acknowledge it. Say to yourself, I did it. Feel that small spark of pride. That spark is a natural, earned hit of dopamine. You are showing your brain that effort leads to a reward. The next day, you do it again. Maybe you read 2 pages, or do 2 push-ups. You build momentum, brick by brick. You're not fighting your brain anymore. You're working with it. You're teaching it to find joy in the process, in the act of doing. You're transforming your identity from someone who avoids difficulty to someone who embraces it. This journey transforms you. The slumped, burned-out figure, puppeted by cheap dopamine, slowly begins to change. As you consistently choose the path of discipline, you start to stand up straighter. The fog of distraction lifts. Your focus returns. Sharper than ever, the constant low-level anxiety is replaced by a quiet confidence. You are no longer a passive consumer of whatever the algorithm throws at you. You are an active creator of your own life. This isn't about becoming a productivity robot devoid of fun. It's the opposite. It's about reclaiming your ability to truly enjoy things. When you're not desensitized by constant overstimulation, a good movie becomes a cinematic experience, not just background noise. A meal with friends becomes a cherished memory, not an excuse to check your phone. You regain control of your attention, and in doing so, you regain control of your life. You become the disciplined self, not because you're forcing yourself to do things you hate, but because you have aligned your actions with what you truly value. You are upright, you are clear-eyed, and you are finally, truly free. If this story resonated with you, it's because it's a universal struggle in our modern world. But it's a struggle you can win. Start small, be consistent, and be patient with yourself. You have the power to reprogram your mind and reclaim your life. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more content on how to navigate the challenges of the modern world and build a better life.